365 days a year. We don't take a rest. We don't sleep. We just keep on rolling right along. Of course, we've got one NFL football game, and we've got a slew of college basketball games today. So lots to go over. And, of course, we have our usual cast of characters with us as well. Of course, we go over the games. We give opinions on a lot of games on these shows, but our best bets are always the ones in the premium area. So people can say, yeah, you guys took this, you guys took this. You know, these are opinion. I have to say, sometimes my free picks run better than my premium picks. I think I'm in one of those phases right now, but I always play my way out of them. So not overly concerned. And for those of you playing the free picks, well, you guys have lucked out on it. And really, that's kind of what it's all about. I try and win them all. I've always said that. But anyways, let me bring in the gang. For those, Chris Ruffalo is back with us today. And for those of you that played our game, what illness does Ruffalo have? We had a clear-cut winner. Meat Sweats over COVID. COVID was close second. Meat Sweats was the clear-cut winner, though. And it was a life-threatening nip-and-tuck battle with the Meat Sweats. But Ruffalo is back. We don't care what he really had. In our book, it's Meat Sweats because we voted on it, and that was what the audience decided, and we love our audience. So, yeah, it's going to be Meat Sweats, and it will go down in history as the day Ruffalo was out with the Meat Sweats.
It came out on the other side.
Yes. It was a tough battle. It was a hard-fought battle.
But the Meat Sweats cannot defeat me.
Yes. We will not be defeated by the Meat Sweats.
The Meat Sweat incident in December 2020.
Better pick another show, Meat Sweats, because it ain't going to happen here.
Maybe on the drive-thru, but not here.
Could happen on the drive-thru. Or one of those other shows. Brian's shows that he likes to watch and mock. I always get the
rapid-fire picks.
I get the text from Brian. It's like, this guy's on. It's like, it's sad to watch. Oh, man. So, anyways, we got a lot of action today. I have 5 picks out there. I got an NFL pick and 4 college basketball. Brian, what do you got?
As you mentioned yesterday, my 3 free picks I gave out on the Facebook page, 3-0, but my premium is 1-1-1. Today I got Brian Bitler's Tuesday Profit 3-pack. Get all 3 picks, 2 college basketball, 1 NFL for $50 at pickdogs.com, premium picks.
What are the odds on Meat Sweats? Well, the thing is, it is a no-brainer. It was a slam dunk, you know. I mean, It was COVID or Meat Sweats. So, I mean, we had a few other entries in there. I said stomach pains and diarrhea. I think that could be associated with just about everything. You know?
It's intertwined.
Yes.
It's interchangeable.
It happens. But, yeah, we had some halftime winners again. I really got the idiot comments. Thank you guys for the idiot comments last night. You know, those, you know who you are. It's like those are always the people that we don't hear from again, usually. Once in a while, we get a guy that mans up and says, yeah, I thought you were an idiot for saying Washington's going to come back and win this game. I don't know. The Steelers just look so disinterested in that game. They've looked so disinterested the last 2 weeks. They can't catch a football. And it's so fitting that you throw it to Eric Ebron on the last play of the game to end the winning streak. Since so much of it was his fault. You know, I mean, they won despite him for weeks. And, I mean, here's the biggest waste of talent, I think, to come down the pipe in the NFL in quite some time. Eric Ebron. This guy just has all the physical gifts and tools and just does not want to play football. Chris, what are you selling on your comeback tour?
Well, I got my primetime posterizer 5-pack. 5 of my top plays for tonight in college hoops. I'm loving those plays tonight. I was over $30 at Pick Dogs Premium. I'll have my NFL play up, $25. Our guys, tune into the drive-thru tonight. We've got a loaded lineup tonight. You know, we've got Kevin Thomas, Vlad, one of our newer handicappers, Al Ninos, Alex Smart, who's been killing the yearly leaderboards. You know, Rod's going to be on there. Damian Sosh, who's still way up there in the college basketball ranks. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a great show tonight. I got another one of my doors on the advent calendar to open. It's going to be a great show tonight, hosted by me and Tony T.
Yeah, Jared Nichols, if you have posts about picks, the place to put those is in the Facebook group. Rod.
For me tonight, I got a 5-pack. I got 3 college hoops and the side and total in the NFL game. I really love tonight's NFL game.
Really?
Gonna definitely make some money on it.
Wow. So I don't know. I think these weekday NFL games, it's kind of like, man, I wish there was NFL football on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and every day of the week they should do it. But the quality of these games that are happening in the middle of the week are so bad. It's like that Ravens, the Bills. Remember the Bills Titans? Horrible game, right? Just terribly played. Then yesterday's Steelers Washington game was just. I mean, it was. We won. We cashed our money lines, we cashed our halftimes, we cashed everything, but it was a miserable watch from a quality standpoint. And then, the Ravens Steelers last week was just, I mean, really one of the worst games in that entire series that I can ever remember. And I'm going to guess today's game is going to be worse. I mean, because you have, Dallas, who's terrible, and the Ravens, who, can't find their way out of a paper bag recently. And when they do, it's usually a 15-yard penalty that goes with it. So it's just a really, really, just some bad quality NFL football. And I think this is when the players say we don't like playing on Thursday nights, because the players have said that all along since they've gone to this Thursday night thing. The players have argued all along that playing on Thursday after playing on Sunday is too much. It's too much. And you can see, in week 13, like the injury lists are a mile long. The guys are banged up, and it's normally this is the time of year where you see some guys come off the practice squad and make a huge impact because they're fresh as a daisy. All these other guys are just getting absolutely just damaged out there. So I think the quality that we're seeing, I could see I argued against it. Of course, I was always like, yeah, I want to see football on Thursday. The players, no. Now we're starting to see it. It is bad football. It's bad. It's a low quality product. That's what's happening. Ben Roethlisberger just looks like, he just looks tired. Playing on a Wednesday, then playing on a Monday, and it's like, he needs a full week. He needs the full week. And you could see him studying on the sideline. It's not like he's not trying, and he's trying to throw the ball there. And it's like we know that he's at the end of his career. And, the fact that he even played this season, if Alex Smith wasn't playing this year, probably Roethlisberger would be the comeback player of the year, It's like, Alex Smith is like the comeback player of the century, right? It's going to be very, very tough to beat this one. It would take, it would take something really, really special, for a guy to top this one. We asked Jared to post his picks in the Facebook group, and he just continues to rant on here because it's all about him. So we're gonna just eliminate him from allowing to post at all on our feeds. Speaking of posting, if you guys have anything that you think might be against the rules before you post it, it's a good idea to not post it all in the Facebook group because I had to throw about 5 people out yesterday. If you're like recommending one of our competitors or something like that, I'm going to throw you out, and I can guarantee you this, I'm not going to let you back in either. It's not going to happen. I don't care.
I threw a couple out the day before, so if you threw out 5, I threw out a couple the day before. Yeah. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. It's like, I don't care who they are, what they do, anything like that. If they're competing business, I don't go into your company where you work and people say, oh, where can I find, this? Oh, okay. Here's a couple of their competitors that you can go to. It's like, you don't do it, It's like, I wouldn't do that. To you guys, it all looks simple on the outside. But how'd you guys find me? I can guarantee you this much. It wasn't because I did one video a day and just sat here. That's not what happened. Okay? I do about 50. Let these other guys do it. Don't let them. When you do that in our Facebook group, you're basically advertising for somebody else, using our work for somebody else's advertising. And I'm not going to allow it. I don't care under any circumstance. I don't care how you twist it or anything like that. Or If you have to write a post that says, if this isn't okay, delete it. I mean, you certainly don't say that when you write Panthers -3, right? So if you think you have to write that, then it probably isn't okay.
It's just like when somebody's like, "Oh, no offense."
Yeah, no, not to be negative. I don't want to be negative.
Don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyways, yeah, don't get caught in the trap. I know that there are people that set up questions like that kind of goad you in. Tell them, I would love to answer this, but they're going to throw me out of the group. That's what's going to happen. I don't like throwing people out, trust me. I'd rather everybody stay, but it's like, I don't get it. I personally don't get it, but I'm not going to allow it. I see other groups where they're lazy, they don't do anything. But it's like, our group isn't run that way. Never will be. But speaking of run that way, we got the Ravens against the Cowboys, Brian. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm really loving this under. Last night when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, lukewarm. But today, as we sit here right now, I wish I would have gave it as a premium. I know Dallas's defense hasn't had the best of years, but Baltimore's offense struggles to score. I just think we see a lot of running the ball from both teams, and I'm going to go with the under here. I think it's a strong play. And Lamar Jackson has scored the first touchdown.
Chris?
Yeah, for all the reasons that Brian mentioned, that's why I'm going to take the over. I think, normally we would say that a lot of running the football, results in a lot of chewed up clock. But the problem is this Dallas defense against the rush is the worst in the league and against the highest, rushing offense in the league. I expect there to be some big chunk plays, a lot of big plays from Baltimore, and probably a big Baltimore win. But I'm going to go with the over, and I like and go with the storyline. I'm going to go with Des Bryant to score the first touchdown at plus 2,000 against his former team.
So Jared is asking, where are the rules for the show? We just say it all the time. It's like, if you have picks, you put them in the Facebook group. More people are going to see them there than they will here. That's for sure. A lot more people. And they'll sit there, so you can be accountable for them. And then this we'll also get to see, because you won't be allowed in the Facebook group unless you have a profile. You'll be held accountable for your picks and saying that it's a lock and saying all these things. And people will say, yeah, this guy, next time he says a lock, we're going to say, yeah, what about that crappy pick you said was a lock the last time? We're all accountable. So I'm not asking you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself or that I don't ask of everybody else. Rod?
For me in this game here, I like the under. I think Baltimore comes out slow off their COVID break. Definitely going to be a slow game. Both teams going to run the ball, eat up clock. Both teams have been struggling to score points altogether, period. So give me the under here. I like the under 45.5.
Under for me as well. That's the same thing. These teams, these Tuesday games, the quality's so bad. It's like what we saw last night in the Steelers-Washington game. Just bad quality, It's like, and this is going to be the same. Dez is good for a TD. I mean, this guy wasn't good 5 years ago. He couldn't make an NFL team 5 years ago. All of a sudden, he's going to come to the Ravens 5 years older and be better than he was? I don't think so. This just doesn't even make any sense whatsoever.
I can see him catching the first touchdown, though, because they'll try to get him the ball.
Why? Why will they try to get him the ball?
Because they're probably friends behind the scenes. I don't know. I could just see it happening.
Friends behind the scenes. Dez is a good guy. I've met Dez. He's a great guy. Dez is a great guy.
Chris is a good pick.
Dez gets a bad rap, but he's a good guy. I've met him before. He is actually a really cool guy. Dez, he was known in Dallas. Like, he would go to Walmart at Christmas and buy, like, everybody in line a PlayStation or whatever. That's like the type of guy that Dez is.
Instead of first score, I'm going to say the first point scored is going to be a field goal. Take a field goal, be the first points, plus 130.
You must watch a different show, because that's not how we do it here. Rod, who's going to score the first touchdown? You can save that for your other show. Maybe on Ruffalo's drive-through, you know.
Okay.
Ruffalo's like, I'm never eating whole roast beef again. It's like,
It was only half.
yeah, but it was 14 pounds.
13 and a half, but who's counting?
Gonna give Rod some time to study here.
Yeah, I'll say J.K. Dobbins scores the first touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins for the first touchdown. I like Brown. Hollywood Brown. I think the Ravens come out swinging. Still like the under, but I think Brown. And I think it's going to be longer than 50 yards. Go to college basketball. Got Iona. You think they're going to wake up in time for a 3 o'clock game after the recruiting trip? Got Iona against Morgan State. Grizz are in town. UMBC, the Retrievers against the Blue Hens of Delaware. Seton Hall against Wagner. Kansas, Creighton. Line mover. Got South Florida against Stetson. Utah against Idaho State. Miami, C-A-N-E-S, Canes, up against Purdue. I got bad lines here, I think. Tennessee against Colorado. We'll skip. We'll stop there. Anything at the early action, Brian? I got to get my lines fixed here.
Yeah, I like two of them. I like Creighton, even though I don't like how the line's moving in this game. There's some sizable money on Kansas. So I think if you wait a little bit on Creighton, you can get in on even better number. And then Miami, I think they come out and make get a statement win over Purdue and blow them out. So
this line has moved. It's Purdue minus 1.5 now in this one.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
I'll take Miami gone back and forth. It's gone back and forth. The lines like the overnight lines that like froze or something. Because I was just looking at these right before we came on. They've all changed significantly. Chris?
Yeah, I really like UMBC against Delaware. I just like the way that UMBC's come out strong to start the year, and Delaware's only had one game under their belt, and UMBC's played some tough teams to start the season. So I like UMBC. With Brian, I like Creighton. I think 4.5 is way too many. I think this is a 1-2 point game at most. Creighton's covered their last 5 games against ranked teams, 4 straight against teams in the top 10. So I like Creighton. And I like North Carolina A&T. I'm sorry, Longwood, but if you lose to a Division II school, automatically you're dead to me. So give me North Carolina A&T as well.
We didn't get to that game, but Rod?
That's in the wrong block.
It's in the wrong block.
I like UMBC as well. They looked good yesterday too. Good start. I'm gonna take South Florida over Stetson. And that's it for that block.
I don't really love that block, to be honest with you. I have a few premiums in there, so. I like Stetson plus the 13 against South Florida. South Florida stinks, man. Stetson's been playing against some pretty tough teams, too. I'll take Stetson there. They're definitely have played a lot better teams than this. You got Utah against Idaho State. Tennessee against Colorado. Longwood against North Carolina A&T. St. John's versus Rider. Dayton, NKU. NIU against Ball State. Georgia versus Montana. That's a reschedule. It was originally Georgia against somebody else. Somebody really good. Mount St. Mary's against St. Francis. Fairly disinterested against Central Connecticut. St. Francis against Bryant. Georgetown, Coppin State. Boston College, Minnesota. Detroit, Kent State, Jacksonville, Campbell. We'll just stop there because we'll go one more. There's only one more. East Carolina against UNCA. So these are the 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock Eastern time start games. Keep it simple for Ruffalo. Brian, anything?
Keep it simple for me because my mind's like a Rolodex.
Well, it's just, the 6 and 7 o'clock starts.
Yeah, for me, Tennessee over Colorado. I know Tennessee hasn't played yet this year, but I'm expecting big things. I think they come out and get just like Miami, a statement win where they blow out Colorado. I like Kent State. Kent State gave Virginia a tough time. I think they easily cover here. And then Boston College, I lean towards them plus the points.
Yeah, for me, for this block, I like Bryant. Laying the 3 points. So they played well against their 2 Division I opponents. They beat New Hampshire and they lost to Syracuse by 1. So I like Bryant here. I like Coppin State against Georgetown. I don't trust Georgetown to cover a number, and that's been going on for the last couple of years now. So give me Coppin State. I think that's all I like for this block.
Rod?
For me, I like Utah over Idaho. Utah's just a better team. I think they roll over Idaho. I like Colorado here over Tennessee in the first half. I think Tennessee comes out slow and sluggish, and Colorado wins the first half. Give me Colorado money line first half in that one. I think Tennessee does win this game, but I think they come out sluggish. Their first game of the year, you're going to come out sluggish and slow, and Colorado takes advantage, wins the first half. Tennessee comes out, wins the second half. I like Montana. Give me Montana in the points. I think that's just too many for Georgia. Georgia lost their lead guy, Edwards, going to the NBA.
They were lousy to begin with. They were lousy with him. I mean, imagine what they're going to be without him. They were terrible last year. I don't understand how he went so high in the draft, to be honest with you. The team was so bad. It's like in college, if you have one guy, he can carry a team, and he was unable to do that. Like, John Morant carried Murray State, right, on his back. It's like Anthony Edwards couldn't do it with better players at Georgia. A lot better players. I don't know, just throwing it out there.
I think they got a chance to win that outright. I put a little on the money line.
You just like Hannah, Montana.
I'm close. You know how I could probably actually drive to Montana. It's right there. It's literally only about a 3-hour drive south, and I'd be at Montana.
I love that Zappa song, Montana. It's like one of my favorite songs. Gonna raise me a crop of dental floss. Raising it up, waxing it down, putting a little white box that I can sell downtown. Moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss tycoon. All right, Rod, what do you got? Tough. Zap always tough to follow.
I like Joe's Garage.
The whole album, Joe's Garage.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's awesome. Song Joe's Garage. Catholic Girls is on Joe Garage.
That's on Joe's Garage, yeah.
Anything else in this time slot?
Give me Jacksonville over Campbell here. I think Jacksonville rolls up on Campbell. And that's and I like the flashes. I like the flashes.
Yeah, I like the flashes too.
Oh wow, we have 3 guys agree on that one.
Yep, I like Kent State. I like Boston College over Minnesota, who every time we've seen them under Pitino play against any team that has any kind of name whatsoever, they fall flat on their face, right? Especially Big Ten ACC. We all know who's going to win this battle. I also like St. John's against Rider. Rider, terrible. They just played Syracuse, and it's similar style of play where St. John's is like an up and down the court style of play now. And Rider was unable to run with the Cuse. I don't think they're going to be able to run with the Johnnies. And I like Colorado. I'd put a little bit on the money line in that one against Tennessee. The Buffs are normally super. If this game was in Colorado, I would go Colorado all the way. In Tennessee, I think they have a solid chance because they're the type of team that can just rain threes on you, And I don't know if Tennessee's going to have any answers. They have a good backcourt, but they don't have much of a front court, right, to go with it. So I'm a little concerned about the Vols here, and I don't understand the number, to be honest with you. And maybe they're going to come out and win by 20, and then I'll see. But right now, Colorado, I've seen them already, and they're good. They're a good team to be giving 5.5 points to for a team that hasn't been on the court this season, who couldn't win 2 games in a row last year. I mean, I know in college basketball is more of a transition sport than any of the other college sports. But, there is some year-to-year going on here. And we haven't seen, like Minnesota, we haven't seen beat a quality team in years, right? Tennessee hasn't won back-to-back games. And it's like, if you can't win back-to-back games, well, I think Colorado, might not be a team that you really want to see right out of the gate. They had Gonzaga scheduled. They had a bunch of teams scheduled. I know, like, the COVID and everything knocked them around, but the reality of it is that this is their first game, and they're in over their heads. And Colorado once again, the thing about the Buffs, they get zero respect, just like in football. Get zero respect for some reason. Because they play in the Pac-12, and they're kind of they're not a California team. Anyways, speaking of not California teams, we got Ohio State against Notre Dame. A lot of square money on Ohio State there. We got Iowa against North Carolina. Once again, ACC, Big Ten. We'll talk about that one. We got Belmont taking on Tennessee State. St. Louis up against Central Arkansas. Memphis, 44.5 against Mississippi Valley State. Oklahoma State, 15.5 against Oral Roberts. And I love Cade Cunningham, but I don't know if I like him 15.5's worth. And we've got Murray State against Austin Peay. Brian?
No, I like Oral Roberts. I like that college, and they've been good to me so far early in the year. I think they play a gritty game against Oklahoma State. And then I like Iowa to wax the floor at North Carolina and really show the dominance of the Big Ten.
Yeah, someone's asking about Rutgers, Syracuse. We just go down the line. We just go in order. We go in time slot order. So that game is at 9:30 Eastern time, so we haven't got there yet. Anything else, Brian?
Nope, those are the two I like.
Be sure to smash the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps us a ton. We seriously appreciate it. Chris? How about you?
I like the under in the North Carolina-Iowa game. Just 157 just seems like a really high number for this. I think this is a game where both teams stay in the 70s. And I'm gonna lay the 6.5 touchdowns with Memphis. Mississippi Valley State. If you allow 105 points in one game, that's a one-game sample. This is 5 games where Mississippi Valley State's allowed 107 points per game average. And Memphis is better than whatever Mississippi Valley State's faced this year. So I'll take Memphis by 50.
All right. Rod?
I like Oklahoma State over Oral Roberts. I don't think they're scoring up and beat Oral Roberts. Yes, Oral Roberts has looked pretty good, but I think Oklahoma State gets the win and cover there. I like Austin Peay money line over Murray State. Murray State looks awful. Ugh. And yeah, that's all I like in this block.
I like North Carolina over Iowa. I like them with the points. I'm going to put some money on it, money line. I think Garza is a nice player. I don't think I don't understand what the Player of the Year award even means in college basketball anymore. I know he's the favorite to win the Player of the Year. He is not the best player in the country. It's kind of like when Frank Kaminsky, another Big Ten overblown guy, won it in 2015. He was, won the Naismith Award, best player in the country. Let's look at the 2015 NBA draft and see where the rest of these guys that weren't as good as Frank Kaminsky, let's take a look at it real quick, and we'll see exactly these Big Ten overblown crap. We'll see exactly 2015 NBA draft. Let's just see about the players that got drafted in that draft and see where they rank against the great Frank Kaminsky. Big Ten Player of the Year. So number 1 was Karl Anthony Towns. He's okay. D'Angelo Russell, Jaleel Okafor, Porzingis, Willie Cauley-Stein, Stanley Johnson, Frank Kaminsky was drafted 9th. Right before Justice Winslow, Miles Turner, Trey Lyles, Devin Booker. He's okay, I would say. He was at Oregon, right? Oh, no, Kentucky, right? But he was only a freshman, so he wasn't considered. Kelly Oubre, I would take over Kaminsky. Terry Rozier, I like over Kaminsky. Rashad Vaughn, I like. So Sam Decker, here's your other Big Ten guy in that draft, right? Sam Decker, same team as Kaminsky. Where's he now? Is he in the G League still, Decker?
I think so. Is it with Houston's affiliate or something?
Let's keep going to guys that. Here's a senior, Jerian Grant.
Yeah.
Better than Kaminsky. Who would you rather have right now? Bobby Portis or Kaminsky? Rondé Hollis Jefferson or Kaminsky? Montrezl Harrell. 2nd round, 32nd pick. Montrezl Harrell. Same thing? Same year? As Frank Kaminsky, except he was a junior. Doesn't even make any sense, man. Where do they come up with this crap? This is like the guy, like my wife's friend's boyfriend who wants to put pork in his turkey burger. It doesn't make any sense at all. What planet? Who does that? I mean, Keith is a good guy, but I'm telling you, I'd get the hell out of that relationship. It's like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Turkey burger is a turkey burger. Pork in a turkey burger is a porky burger, as far as I'm concerned.
So what were you talking about with this one?
I don't understand how Luka Garza is considered the best player in the country. How is that?
Between a collegiate player and NBA potential.
I don't care. Cade Cunningham is a better player than him in college. He's way better than him. Way better. Way better. Not like, oh, he's a freshman, so he's like learning and he's a little raw or whatever. No, he's way better. I mean, we've seen Cade Cunningham. We've seen Garza. Garza's a good player. He's a nice player. He's a very good player. All right. Cade Cunningham is a much better player. Much better.
He's a raw player, though.
His raw player is still better. Still better. You watch what Oklahoma State's record's going to be at the end of the year when they don't get into the tournament because they're under probation. You watch.
Is Garrison Brooks and Anthony Harris out for the Tar Heels tonight? They're questionable.
They're
Two guys
gonna play.
Big pieces.
They're going to
Big
play.
pieces.
I love the Heels here. I love them with the points, and I will sprinkle something with the money line. I like almost all the ACC teams against the Big Ten, except for Illinois. I like Illinois.
And I'm the opposite. I like all the Big Ten teams.
Oh.
me and Mitch are like oil and vinegar in the college basketball conferences.
Well, yeah, I like the
Big Ten is the squarest of square conferences.
You're making me, I'm going to fall off my chair.
Speaking of the Big Ten.
Mitch called me a square, I'll go.
Virginia Tech against Penn State. Marquette against Wisconsin, Green Bay. Duke against Illinois. Rutgers, Syracuse. USC versus UC Irvine. UTEP against St. Mary's, which I love UTEP. I don't know how I missed that as a premium pick. They're good. I'll put them in my. Any of those you like, Brian? UTEP.
I really like Penn State tonight. I just looked at the score. I didn't realize they lost to Seton Hall. I turned that game off. I thought they had the win, but here I'm looking at. Oh my God!
They're quitters. They're quitters. Like most Big Ten teams.
I'm gonna take Penn State here. They really need to bounce back and get a win over Virginia Tech. It's a ranked team, so I think that's a good value. Take the points in Penn State. I think they win it outright.
I'm an unapologetic ACC homer. How about UTEP?
UTEP wasn't on my radar.
Really?
I only like Penn State.
Take a look at UTEP. Take a little peek at UTEP. And you tell me what's not to like about this. We'll get back.
Absolutely nothing.
UTEP.
I hate St. Mary's. I'm mad at them. They can Right out of here.
What's not to like about UTEP? It's not football. Chris?
This is like Halloween all over again. Here's a little something for you, Dad. Put some money on UTEP.
Here's a little something. It's like what are you giving out for Halloween? I got my Halloween special. Tell your dad to put a little something on the Chargers. What do you think, UTEP, Brian? You taking the pick?
Huh?
You don't like it?
Yeah, well, I got to be able to look at the money and some other stuff, and I don't have my iPad with me right now, so I'll look later when we get off.
Chris?
I'm gonna take Virginia Tech. I know Penn State needs to win, but
Money.
Virginia Tech just beat up on. I can't remember who they beat up on, but
Villanova. They beat a team called Villanova.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Who's a better version of Penn State is really all they are. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say they got the win over Villanova earlier in the season.
They're gonna bust them up.
This is just. I was gonna say if there was a letdown spot, it would have happened in the game after that, but not. They bounced back and they kept rolling. So I like Virginia Tech here.
Yeah, you don't have a letdown spot in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Is not the letdown.
No,
spot.
I know, but I'm saying like after that Villanova game was when it would have happened, and they're well past that.
We just couldn't get up for the Big Ten ACC Challenge.
No, I think
couldn't get up.
No, I understand. I think Virginia Tech's legit this season.
That's the type of statements that get coaches fired.
Yeah. And the Syracuse Rutgers pick is something I'm going to be giving out on the drive-through tonight. So check in at 6 p.m. Eastern for that.
Cuse. Rod.
I like Virginia Tech to beat up on Penn State. I like UTEP to beat up St. Mary's. I think UTEP wins this outright. Give me UTEP money line there. And I like USC to beat up on UC Irvine. They're good, but I don't think they're good enough to hang with USC.
Love Irvine. I love UTEP. Syracuse, Virginia Tech. The only Big Ten team I'm going for, Illinois, and Marquette. I actually really like the late time block. I'll be betting all of those games. All of them. I love them. Yep. Parlay them up. Virginia Tech, Marquette, Syracuse, Illinois, Irvine, and UTEP.
It's funny. Illinois is the only Big Ten team I don't like tonight.
I thought Decker was going to be a good pro. I really did. I thought Decker was better than Kaminsky, to be honest with you. I really thought that Decker had a lot more skills. Kaminsky didn't have the athleticism that it takes to play in the NBA, you know. But you've seen guys less athletic than, if Luke Longley had an NBA career, you know. Luke Longley can get there. Look how long Bill Cartwright played. Mr. Bill. I don't know. There's been some pretty non-athletic guys in the NBA. We can say that, but, you know what it's like to run up and down the court for 48 minutes? These with 400-pound guy on your back. Not easy. That was like the line from Airplane, Kareem. It's like, you tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes. My dad says you're lazy and you don't play defense. It's like, tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes. All right. Well, that just about does it. Bring us to our Parlay Birdcage segment. Mr. Meat Sweats.
I was just going to say, I thought Brian was wearing a Syracuse hat, and then he says, I don't like any of the ACC today. And I'm like, well, it says the guy wearing a Syracuse hat, but I can't tell.
It's a Cleveland Browns hat.
Okay, there we go. Cleveland Browns.
In general, the home teams dominate in this Big Ten ACC. In general, that's the way this thing goes. It's rare that the road team grabs a win in this. Traditionally,
there's no crowd though. So.
But it is what it is, you know. we've seen the no crowd thing, and you're right. Without the crowd, it is a different thing. I mean, do you think Michigan State would have walked on Duke like that without, if there was a crowd at Cameron? Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not. Also, Kentucky at Rupp has not been the same. Rupp, super tough building. You got, over 20,000 referees sitting there. it's a tough crowd.
Yeah.
And they mean business. I love Rupp. Rupp's a great place.
All right, for my parlay, let's go. It's going to be four legs. I like under in the North Carolina-Iowa game. UMBC -3.5 or 4, whatever you get the number at. Bryant, and I like Austin P plus the 5 or 4.
I'd say my favorite basketball arena I ever
It's now
went
down
to.
to 2.
Who do you
Austin
got, Chris?
P is now 2.
Who is that? Repeat it.
Austin P is now down to +2. It's dropped 2.5.
I still like it. I'll take under in North Carolina, Iowa.
I got it at 4 on my board.
Yeah, UMBC, Bryant, and Austin P.
I'm seeing 4s on Murray State.
I'm seeing 2s everywhere.
See again. Take a look.
Let me refresh and see if
I
maybe
see
I'm
4.5s.
Cool.
Let me refresh.
Yeah, maybe
it moved.
mine says connected. Rod, what do you got for your birdcage? What's your favorite place to watch a basketball game? Mine was the old Boston Garden. It was the worst place to watch a game, but the best place to watch a game. It was awesome. Guy next to me, it's like, once again, like, I always like, cheering, because I'm always like way into it as a fan. You guys have heard me on here where I've lost my voice screaming, just cheering at the TV. You have never probably seen me, from going to an actual game, and it's like I was at a game and Bird, hit this shot. The guy next to me, some guy with the heavy boss next to me, just says to me, he's like, Larry fucking Bird. It's like, it was awesome. He's just like, Larry fucking Bird. Bird was awesome. I was fortunate enough to live in Boston in the 80s.
Nice. I wish. I didn't see no basketball.
Oh,
I live in Canada. We invented basketball, but there wasn't a lot of basketball to be watching here.
Oh, man. It's like Kevin McHale, Larry, and Bill Walton used to go to the Grateful Dead concerts in Worcester. Used to see them all the time. They played in 86. They opened the second set in Worcester in October with, it might have been October. Yeah, October with "Happy Birthday to You," Bill Walton. They opened the second set. Happy birthday, Bill Walton.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's to always see the Celtics like at the local shows.
For me, I'm going to go Kent State minus the points. Montana plus the 10 there. And take Colorado money line first half over Tennessee.
Larry.
Parlay those up.
Bird. That's like the difference between the old Celtic fans and the Laker fans. Laker fans like, go Magic! Worthy, yay! Like the Celtic fans like, Larry fucking Bird.
I was an Indy. I like the Indy. I like what Reggie Miller, him and his threes. I was when I was younger. Oh yeah, I watched him drain threes. Boop, boop.
I think like when I was at the playoffs, when I lived in New York and the Knicks were in the playoffs and Rick Pitino was the coach and stuff. Those were some pretty electric games too. I like the old Madison Square Garden because I also lived in New York when Kiki Vanderway was on the team. So I got to see like the Bulls, like the great Bulls teams, play against the Knicks when they had Kiki Vanderway. So it was like the Jordan electric dunk show. It was like I've seen some of the great Michael Jordan dunks because Kiki Vanderway was on the Knicks. So it was like, I mean, he's terrible, right? So
He's horrible.
He's horrible. So it's like when Kiki's your star, Michael's in town. It was like, oh my God. Brian, who do you like today?
3-game parlay: Ravens under, Kent State minus the points, and Penn State plus the points.
I'm seeing 3.5 in that Murray State game. Penn State. Who else?
Penn State plus the points, Kent State minus the points, and the Ravens under the total.
Combo. A little combo teams there. Syracuse. Virginia Tech. And North Carolina. All ACC. All day. That's it for today's show. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate every one of you that took the time to stop by and say hello. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. And, of course, try and act more professional tomorrow. Buffalo won't be saying the F word in between Larry Bird's name every 2 seconds. Have a great day. And just stay away from these meetings. Oh, I'll be on at halftime tonight. Halftime. And also I'll do a spread knowledge show too. I'll do a computer pick show at 5, and then I'll do the halftime show as well. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys at halftime and the computer pick show.